Bonjour mes amis, hi guys, Zenith is back with a new revamped version of the Defy and wait, hold on, I think there was a little mix up in the pictures here. Yeah, oh, sorry about that. Pretty much the same though. Here it is, it's called the Defy Skyline. Skyline, cool name. And the watch is using an El Primero base, which means high beat now. And it's a bit the same trick as they pulled on the Chronomaster Sport. They bring something that you can actually buy in a shop that looks like something that everybody seems to be wanting and that has become impossible to buy in another shop from another brand. And but they bring something extra to it. So in this case, is the high beat again, which is a bit of the magic trick of Zenith. Something that many brands just prefer to stay clear of. One, because they don't want to engineer the movement, and two, maybe because they don't think it's solid enough, and or at least that they can make it work without too much servicing. Anyway, here what you see on the dial beyond the cute little stars is 10-second sub-dial. So you don't have actually a 60-second running second, which makes reading the seconds actually a bit tricky then. You sort of have to orientate yourself between looking at the minute hand, eyeball where it is between 2 minutes to decide if you're in the first, the second, the third, etc. Where you are really in the minute. A kind of bizarre thing, cool party trick, but at the same time, for something that's supposed to be very accurate as a result of the technology, reading the time is actually not very accurate at all. It's actually not at a glance, at least. That's quite funny, and of course the bezel is dodecagon instead of the whatever, you know what I'm talking about, and Zenith and we'll try to convince the buyers, and the buyers will try to convince themselves that there's a good reason to buy the watch, but if it's the other one that you want, this won't be it, but you will get a very nice watch in any case. That was tough. Well, speaking of the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, Tim Mosso yesterday in his video was talking about the possibility, quite substantiated apparently, that the boutiques, which are pretty much all now fully owned by AP themselves, the boutiques could set the prices every day, whatever price they want for the watches. I mean, let's understand by that the Royal Oak. If they set the market price for the Code 1159, you're gonna get some bargain going. It's a nice watch if you love it, but people who go to AP, what they want is the Royal Oak, and they are told they have to buy the Code 1159. Well, okay, if it's 50 cents on the dollar for the 59, I'll get that if I get my Royal Oak. But hey, wait, no, they want to charge me 10 times the price because that's the market price. Now, I can see all kinds of wrongs with that. Some of them Tim has alluded to, but I think he skipped on something major here, is the fact that most of those Royal Oaks are just held captive in vaults and at dealers. They're not actually in the market, and so the market is very distorted by the authorized dealers' practices, by the dealers and by the flippers, and even the customers who just buy them not to really wear them. They're very nice watches, but I knew of a friend of mine showed me his 15400, and he just didn't dare wearing it because it's too fragile. They don't want to damage it, and the whole image that goes with it at the office, he didn't feel comfortable wearing it. It's too bad. In the end, what are we buying? What are we lusting after? It becomes a bit silly. But yeah, so the watches are held captive. The market is distorted, and then Tim was saying, yeah, the boutiques would look at the overall market prices. Well, what is it? Chrono 24. Yeah, you can look at the actual transactions. I don't know if it's totally transparent. But if you look at the offered prices, well, they are just that, offered prices by dealers taking a huge margin. Well, taking their margin, sometimes a small margin compared to what they had to their cost. Often that's what it is. They bought from other dealers or from the authorized dealers directly, and they take a small margin on it. But then it's inflated by the Chrono 24 fees and the credit card fees. So in reality, when whatever watch it is, when you sell it yourself, you'll find that the actual buyers are located much lower than the prices that we think are the market prices. And Tim also mentioned auctions. Well, we've seen the prices at auctions being much higher than prices available day in, day out at dealers. So that too, raised eyebrows, and myself included. I was wondering, isn't there a bit of dodgy practice here? Maybe some possibly money laundering. But let's not get into that again. So I don't think that there is a great reference price. So I would love to know from the CEO. Oh wait, no, the CEO of AP is gone, isn't he? Maybe he's gone with his code 1159, never to be seen again. AP, if you're looking for a CEO, I am ready. I know many colors, many great colors that we could put on the Royal Oak, and people will go berserk for it. I'm going to start with the Tiffany color. How about that? Nice turquoise, just slightly different from the actual Tiffany color, but close enough to make it worth $1 million right out of the gate. So yeah, no good reference. So I don't know where this is going, and it is setting a very poor precedent. By the way, just as a side here, here in Hong Kong, the Rolex authorized dealers have been setting their own market price right from the shop. At first they were selling the unwanted stock along with the very wanted stock straight to dealers. Then they moved on to selling to dealers directly at inflated prices, and then the dealers would take their little cut on top of it. And now they just sell straight from the shop to, not to anyone though. They have to know you a bit, know that you're not gonna be that guy on YouTube telling everybody about their practice. Maybe me. Yeah, they have to know you a bit. You have to be kind of a VIP already, buying a few watches, and then you can get offered the Rolex you want, but you have to pay what they consider to be the market price. So Rolex ADs here in Hong Kong, let's say it again, they are doing it already. So, but not on the open. So it would be interesting if AP set the precedent to do it on the open, but I think it's a very bad idea for all the reasons I mentioned. And let's finish with one more new release, a regular production run of King Seiko. King Seiko is back at Seiko. So you know that I own the limited edition from last year that was celebrating the 140th anniversary of Seiko itself. So they came up with a beautiful King Seiko. People were saying it was overpriced around 3,000 US, and then I told you I don't think it is, because you get a great movement, a 6L movement, a true drop-in for the 2892, I think, or whatever, Sopro, whatever, from Switzerland, but actually competing with the Swiss with a decent movement. It has Zaratsu polishing, beautiful case, all the little details sweated, the crown, the clasp, I really liked the buckle. I mean, I really liked everything. Even the strap is very comfortable, and I really love that watch. The way they finish also the hands and the indices. And now they come up with a cheaper version with a 6R movement with a interesting looking actually bracelet, but still held by pins. Basically everything is downgraded, and the case is brushed. So at first I was like, oh, damn you, Seiko. And then I realized, no, I love my King Seiko. I think the KSK there is the one to have this new version. I don't want to piss on it before I see it, but I kind of know already the feeling you're going to get buying it. At first you're excited, oh, I'm getting a cool new Seiko, King Seiko, and then all the shortcomings will mean in the end, like I did with many of my Seiko purchases, I bought them for the style, but I don't really feel like wearing them, and I feel a bit shortchanged and a bit cheap for buying them sometimes, because inside the movement is just not accurate enough. The 6Rs, they're all over the place, and there are a lot of little shortcuts on the crowns and the clasp, the bracelets held by pin, and all of these things that you know very well, that we've become accustomed to with Seiko. But there you go, there's a more affordable King Seiko coming. At least you're aware, and you can go to the shop to decide for yourself if it's good enough. But I think at some point we should reduce how many watches we buy, not just be happy with good enough, and just get the one that really is perfect for us. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Leave some comments. You know, quite a bit of controversial content here, Mr. Uptick. Let me know what you think about all this. Bye bye.